Hello, hello. I am here for another velvet drop. I actually wanted to do this all of last week, but I was in Sardinia, as I told you, and life demanded me to be really, really present with what I was living. We were in a beautiful villa and we had invited our friends. It was for a celebration of my 40th birthday. It's not now, it's in December. But my partner just turned 40 last December, and so we have a year in between us. And I started to think about the life we were born to live. And oftentimes we are born into certain situations, certain families, and certain life situations which call us to become who we are meant to be, who we always were. But the bigger our calling, the more shit that we have to go through. This is what I've seen for so many people. This is what I've heard from so many people. This is what I keep realizing and I keep seeing over and over again. And I believe that when you see something and hear something and live something over and over again, it is a affirmation of a belief or a way to see life. So I'm here because I have been feeling this call to talk about this and the subjects that came up during this week, even with my friends. Some of my friends, they are entrepreneurs. Some of them are doing incredible jobs. They're working in huge companies and things like that. But the difference between an entrepreneur and someone who is doing a more conventional job, even if it's really high profile, even if they are making good money, is the fulfillment and the passion. I found myself reflecting a lot on the life I'm born to live because I was born into a South Asian family. I grew up in Bangkok and my family is Indian, Pakistani, and European. But I am very, very connected to my Indian and Pakistani roots, my dad being Pakistani. I was raised in a very, conventional way and really told so much of my life that there's no way being a woman in this world that I could survive without a man, either my father or my brother or a husband. And this is, I know, for the Occidental world, it's ridiculous, but in Asia and in some parts of Asia, this is still very, very prominent. And my life led me on a series of adventures to keep breaking boundaries, to keep breaking glass ceilings of my potential and what I am here to do and what I am capable of. Until today, I do this. Until today, I am on the journey of realizing the life that I'm born to live. But last week, being in Sardinia, being in this gorgeous, gorgeous villa, I haven't even published properly photos about this place, but you will see it very soon because I'm going to be sharing very soon and also in this group. It was, first of all, the biggest investment that I've ever made on a holiday. It was a really big deal because it was like the money you dole out for a wedding. It was massive. The investment was huge. It was a stretch for us, for me and my partner, to do this. But we wanted this celebration to mark a chapter and to be an opening into a next chapter. We had a private chef for our friends. We had a butler. We had a concierge. Everything was taken care of. They had their own rooms in the villa. There were 9 of us in total. To live this, to be able to do this, to be able to realize this was a dream come true for me because I've always wanted to host my friends. I grew up seeing my mom host dinner parties and I've always wanted to do that, but my life was never an opportune moment. I couldn't create the situations. I've had house parties, I've had little parties here and there, but something to this magnitude where there's a gorgeous table laid out, where there's candles, where there's champagne, where there's a 3-course meal cooked by a Italian chef. I've only seen that on retreats, and I was like, why not me? Why not us? Why is this out of bounds for me? If this is something that I dream of doing, and this is something that I dream of living and I dream of having, why can't I create it? And so with that in mind, and my partner see eye to eye on our vision of life and the life that we want to live, the life that we are born to live, we wanted to create this magical week for ourselves and our nearest and dearest friends, and we did it. And just living that and coming from that, honestly, I feel changed. I feel different when you take leaps like that into the person that you know you are meant to be and the person that you are now. And we could see from the reflection of our friends that they also felt the shift in us. And as entrepreneurs, you do a lot of work on yourself. The journey of being in business for yourself is the journey of personal growth. It is the biggest self-growth journey that you will ever embark on. And I feel that if you are on the path of your soul's calling, this is really the life that you were born to live. And so doing it, not 100% committing to it, or not being 100% yourself on this journey is a shame. If you are going this far to be a business owner, to have all this freedom, why not take it all the way? And why not be unapologetic in who you are, your life, your expression, to claim it all, because you get to claim it all. And this has been my experience this life, really. But since I became an entrepreneur, I've learned that it gets to be everything about me. It gets to be my business, it gets to be my content, it gets to be my marketing, who I work with, my expression, the clients who come into my world, who are activated by me and by the path that I have chosen to live. They become people who also live the life they were born to live, who live in overflow, who choose maybe an unconventional path, but truth be told, this is what they were born for. And that's, my friends, that's what I wanted to share with you today. So happy equinox. I will be dropping the Virgo solar eclipse and new moon transmission here because we had it on the Sacred Soul Circles. I'm not able to, apart from doing lives like this, I'm not able to share like when I go on Zoom transmissions. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to figure out that tech glitch, but I wasn't able to do it on the Velvet Doorway, and I'm not able to do it with any streaming. So it's really, really strange. I'm sure there's an explanation, but I need to come to the bottom of it. So I will drop that video in here for you to watch, and there's going to be a beautiful activation at the end. So enjoy this velvet drop, and I hope that you're having a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous equinox portal, and I will talk to you very, very soon.